Right, when you're a minute early, we're a minute early. Just slight adjustment there. Casey goes in the center there. Oh, good to go, good to go. Right. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome. Puza Thursday. I don't know what to drink. I got so many drinks. I don't know what to drink. I'm running a bit low, but we'll see. Good evening, and welcome. I'm a minute early, which is good. On time. Didn't get to wash my bullies just straight, but we'll get that sorted out after the show. First time I'm washing after the show. Normally I wash before the show. I hope you don't get any nasty smells. I don't think so. As promised, someone sends Mervin is online buying tickets. Wow. Mervin is online buying his ticket for my show. He paid his 200 rand ticket. Ravin, Govind, did you buy your fucking ticket? Nadine, Milligan, are you buying your ticket? Let's start there. Let's name and shame. Good evening, good evening. Graham hopped. Ooh, all the regulars now coming on. Roger Naidu, good evening. From the UK, United Kingdom, Roger Naidu. All the way from London, man. You gotta hear his voice, man. You gotta hear his voice. You gotta hear that London accent, the British accent. Good evening, Vanessa Naidu. Mervyn Naika, Daryl Potter, Jackie. Regulars kicking in here. Right now it's 8 o'clock. Tawfiq Noor Muhammad. How about that? Right. Tawfiq Noor Muhammad. WhatsApp is going a bit wild there. Tomorrow Saraswati prayers. Lakshmi prayers. Saras Gopal. Good evening to the beautiful family. She says, good evening everybody. Log in, log on. It's Puza Thursday. And quite a hot topic of discussion today. Might be lit. We had some fun yesterday. No scratching by. No, I don't scratch. Not while I'm live. I scratch other times when it itches only, which is most of the time. Sunil Ramkosan, good evening. And Chantal Pillay joins us as well. Tasha, the birthday girl, from the previous day, joins us. Sumendra Narasimulu. It was Tasha's birthday yesterday. Jesse Gabriel Pillay. I was live during the day as well today for some reason around about lunchtime. I'll try and do that every now and then as I get a chance. How's it, Casey? Formerly from the Banks, near Banks, Smell City. Michael Mari, welcome your Mari. So when people should hear you're a Mari, you should say, yeah, is it? When people say, hey, you're Mari, you say, yes, sir. Amar Gopal watching from Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe's had a death. One of your prime ministers, your officials are gone there, government. We'll talk about that just now as we log on. Charles Nell, the food guy. Michael Mari, biscuit. Amar says, can you add me to your WhatsApp group? You need to send a WhatsApp to 084-795-1835. 076, get me on 076-767-5836. 073-767-5836. Kritika, I'll put up the number now. Amar Kogi Lambal Naidu says, good evening, all the way from Cape Town. Or you can send a number to that 084-795-1835. Kritika is just too fast. She's too fucking fast on the fucking ball. Like sometimes too ahead of schedule. Money Vasa Naidu says, I love your show. Thank you. Throw money, man. Throw money if you like. Throw money. I can't do without your likes. Hilton Rogers, Awe KC, Mother. How's it, Hilton? You say, Vito. My birthday every day gives me going for a hip replacement on Monday. Prayer is not going to help you, dude. No Puza Thursday, I'm fasting. Yep, we're fasting tomorrow, Lakshmi Day. We'll educate our white people on Lakshmi, what to say. Leslie Subramaniam says, I'll just start with that maybe, and as we right now, Puza Thursday for Google. Good evening and welcome. It's Thursday. It's Puza Thursday and welcome to the program. Let me start firstly by saying to Leslie Subramaniam, he says, Casey, pray for me. I'm going for a hip replacement on Monday. No, I won't pray for you, dude. I don't believe prayer is going to help you. I'm not sure you want to hear that. Your faith lies in the doctors and in you and your positivity and your doctors. Pray for your doctors, that your doctors will. God is not helping you, dude. If God helps you in any way, I'll be upset because he didn't fucking help my fucking family or my uncle or my father or anything like that. So God's not going to help you. I don't think you want to hear that. But your fate lies with you, your positivity, how strong you are, and your doctors. Put your faith in your doctors. When you see them in the morning, maybe bless them to do a good job with you. They're the ones, your fate lies in their hands. You ran away yesterday and didn't do your job. Who's this? Ravin Govind, the fucking rogue, didn't fucking come here yesterday. He needs a fucking fine. Devin, what's up, people? Evening. I don't read all of that. The bank smell like boiled eggs. Bad. Fingers are too fast, but doesn't work for quizzes. Government took all the money, says Money Vasa. Well, good evening. Welcome, which day number 126, 30th of July. Who knows? We are supposedly in the epicenter, by the way. This is the epicenter, the biggest rise in, it's supposed to be June, July. We end of July, entering August now. 30th of July. By the way, first things first, this tonight's show brought to you by Protect Shore, your complete PPE store. You're looking for the regular masks, all the masks, the fucking gowns, the coveralls, the shoes, the leg coverings, shoe coverings. They got it all. Kiddies masks, front facial shields, all of that there in Germiston, in Joburg. Get them in Germiston, and that was where I did. Who remembers who did the tour with me there in Protect Shore when I was live there? Who gave me a minus point? Yeah, I was live. Who did the live video with me there? You'll remember who that was. I can't forget that one, eh? Right, so day number 126, brought to you by Protect Shore, our sponsor for today from Germiston. Thank you so much to Ivan there and his daughter from Michaela from Protect Shore. 30th of July, I said that COVID cases as follows. Thank you, Kritika. Apt the number. Yeah, I'm going to just send a WhatsApp saying, please add me to the group, and they'll add you to the group. COVID cases currently is infections in the country is 4,000, 7,001 and 1,000. 4,000, 7,001, 1,203 and 23 or something like that, right? Deaths are 7,400. We're close to 7,500 deaths. We should cross that number. But in case you must say this protection company is not owned by the ANC. You must say that this protection, nothing. They don't got any tenders. Ravin, by the way, you are sitting on minus 10 points for ditching us. Ravin is on minus 10. Right, for those of you who don't know about points, it's where everything's made up and the points don't fucking matter, but you get minus points and you win fuck all. If you win, you win fuck all. Is the store legit? Of course it's legit. It's a proper store. No government tenders there. We're so protected by COVID-19 is still surprising us. We're so protected by COVID-19. Graham Pigeon says, went for lunch today and the pigs arrived to check if we were topping, got nothing better to do. Yep, Graham Pigeon, that doesn't surprise me at all. They are in the suburbs worrying about us because obviously they can flex their muscle with us, the taxpayer, whereas in the townships and the city center, it's free for all. But we all fucking know that, and there's not much we can fucking do about it. Actually, there's nothing you can do about it. We can scream and shout, but that is how they fucking operate. It's our pigs running our country. If I said monkeys, then it'll be like a racist thing. We can't call them monkeys. Although the thing about the bread was with monkeys, but we can't call them monkeys. We call them pigs, right? Because lol, the first time I made scoreboard, Awaya Massacre says this thing, right? We're gonna talk just now. We're gonna stick to the conversation and points. In the beginning, we'll just do some stuff and general stuff we'll talk about. But tonight's topic, we're talking about racism, Black Lives Matter, that sort of thing. We're gonna go into that a little bit of a discussion there and talk about that. That's coming up just now. Could be quite the next half an hour maybe, or the final half an hour. We'll talk about that. In the meantime, there's been some changes. Oh, by the way, first death in Zimbabwe of a presidential, I think a prime minister, the minister of agriculture, has died of COVID. Piri, I think his name was. American, verify his name for us. First prime minister or government official to die in Zimbabwe there. Piri, Minister of Agriculture, passed away. In South Africa, we're still waiting for our first fucking fatality. I don't know why the virus is not fucking affecting our guys here. That Gwedi looks like he's fucking coming right. I don't know why they don't fucking send him to Eastern Cape, send him to hospital there or something. Maybe, I don't know. I think COVID's the only way to fucking get rid of some of these people here. And if I say it, I can say it without any fucking compassion or fucking empathy. They must fucking die. Can I say that? Can I say that? I get in trouble for that. Will I put in jail? Will I get put in jail for that? I don't know. I already said it though. I can't retract it. If one of them gets fucking the corona and they fucking die, I don't know if I'll be unhappy about that. Anyway, speaking of that, I released a video just now. Some of you might have got it. The video, it's basically spokesperson Vish Naidu. I got his extract from ENCA where the funeral of Andrew Mlangeni was the other day, and then there's a lot of hoo-ha, rightfully so, about the number of people that attended the funeral, and that the ANC did not follow the proper protocols in doing that. And if you watch my video, you will see what I alluded to there was that the Vish Naidu is now saying, in terms of the funeral, which did not follow protocol, there is a investigation going on. There's a docket being opened. There's an investigation going to happen. It's going to go to the Directorate of Public Prosecution for a decision. So there's a whole process. Why are you so rested? There's a whole process to be done, and then they will decide what is going to happen. Now, if you saw my video, you would have noticed that I alluded to the fact that the issue in Zimbabwe, in Belito, where they grabbed that child and arrested the people who went to the beach, and then you will see the disparity in what's happening in our country, where people were arrested for jogging. You remember in the early days of lockdown, they were arrested for jogging, for breaking the Disaster Management Act, right? And they were arrested immediately. But, Yola, okay, let me say this to all the regulars. If you comment all other things, it's hard for me to read the comments on about this cake story, that's why Kogila will ask, why am I distracted? Because some people say to me, but Casey, you didn't read my comment, So I try to read your comment, and I try to stay focused on what I'm trying to say. And then if you go on about other things that are not in line with what I'm talking about, then it's a bit fucking off the topic, or not off the topic, but wayward. So, and especially to the regulars on the program, you know the story. If you're talking about something, can you stick to what you're talking about and comment on that only, rather than other things, so we have a productive hour of discussion. That's why I was a bit distracted, because I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Evening, Casey and the peeps, Sumesh Mudley. Right, so even now I don't know where I was, what I was even fucking talking about, to be honest. The COVID funeral, yep. So if you saw my video on that, basically, what a waste of time and resource for this investigation. Clayton Venkama, I just said to you, we're talking about something, you talk about something else. Can we stick to the topic that we're talking about? We'll come to that. So Clayton, they're prolonging everything with the different government departments, right? That's what it is. So it's different rules for different people. Like I said in my video, we are all equal, but some are more equal than others, right? That's what it is. Some are more equal than others. And, well, like you saw the video where the child was grabbed, the child was screaming, people were grabbed, the guy was arrested, there was a female jogger arrested in Cape Town, just taken, shoved into a van, all because they broke the rules of Disaster Management Act. And if you break the rules, you will be put in jail. But when it comes to our government, then there needs to be investigations, there needs to be a docket opened, then they will try to find out what happened in that situation. But it comes to you and I, we are fucking thrown in the back of the police van, and we are fucking, as Graham Pigeon said today, police rocked up, and Graham Pigeon WhatsApped our number today and said he was in a restaurant and the police pitched up there to see whether they were consuming alcohol. And if they were consuming alcohol, probably they'll be arrested, fines will be issued immediately for breaking the Lockdown Disaster Management Act regulations. But when it comes to the government, then there will have to be investigations, they'll be suspended and all of that to see when we can put that right. Nevin says, regarding this funeral, it is interesting that the fines are immediately issued to the man on the street. That's right. Immediate fines, which is also listed in the regulation. Immediate fines. Ask Mamas why he bolted from the funeral. Or Cyril Mama. Did he bolt from the funeral? I don't know that. Anyway, those are the double standards, as Mervyn just was the words I was going to say, popped up on the screen. Double standards, that's our government, fucking government. And I even ended that video by saying the likes of Oliver Tambo said that when the ANC does to us what the apartheid, if the ANC behaves like the apartheid government, it will be worse than apartheid. We are presumed guilty even if we go to jail first, then you prove your innocence in court. But in terms of the government, this is how it works. And how do we put this fucking thing right? And even today somebody said, a good friend of mine on my post about who would you vote for elections, he went on about the DA is colonial, the DA is a white party, whatever. He went on about that, but didn't say who he's going to vote for. You know, how do we put this right? How do we come right? What are we going to be? Another 5 years of this happening, and then we bitching and moaning, and then we all say no. I'm going to say this every time. I think we have to have a different party in power. I think the DA has to be in power. I don't know. I always said the ANC is the only party to run this country. I don't see anybody else coming to the fore in terms of the ANC of being a leader. And I'm going to say this every time. They need to be fucked proper. You need to tune with your connection. For politicians think they are untouchable, yet voted for them. Yep. Well, they're untouchable because they are untouchable. They are the law. They are everything. They are untouchable. Don't make any mistake about that. They can do whatever they want. And they can say whatever they want. Blatant lies we're being told, and we're believing it. We are being made like cunts, and we're believing it. Totally agree. They will take that stash and smoke it. So we have to decide what we're going to do. Catch me if you can. Right, exactly. Catch me if you can. Catch me if you can. And even if it's blatantly guilty, they will say no, they can't comment. They need to wait for the report. And then that's how I agree with that. I don't personally vote, but the DA should take over. Yep, that's right. The DA, I'm thinking that's where the DA, never mind the fucking DA got its own fucking, no fucking party is perfect. The on about the DA being a horrible party. Look what they're doing in the Western Cape. As far as I know, the Western Cape is the best run province in this fucking country. They're not perfect. You're not perfect. You're gonna come and point fingers at fucking Gauteng. You're gonna point fingers at KZN. You're gonna find problems in KZN. You can fucking find shit there if you want to. You can find a lot of shit there if you want to dig. In fact, you don't even have to dig. Anyway, I don't want to get into that big story there. Some sad news coming out of Gateway Umhlanga, which Anita also alluded to. Mercedes-Benz and Gateway have retrenched 189 people. 189 people retrenched Mercedes-Benz there in suppose somebody said to me, if you allow the government to steal that millions from the COVID fund, at least they'll buy some Mercedes jobs. There was a tongue-in-cheek thing about that, about them allowing them to keep the money so that they buy cars and support the economy. Jafar Wahab says DA must to hell. Must to hell what? Must go to hell. Who would you vote for? Jafar Wahab. Let's ask Jafar. Jafar is saying it. Let's spend 5 minutes on Jafar. Jafar Wahab says DA must go to hell. So Jafar Wahab, don't run away now. Answer the question. And don't give me fucking bullshit story. I want to know who you will vote for right now. Your next comment must be who you will vote for. Okay, fuck the DA. According to you. You have your right. That's your right. It's a democratic right. I want to know from you to spark the debate and the conversation. Who will you vote for? I'm going to wait for, I'm not going to move forward till Jafar Wahab comments. I'm going to wait for him. There's a delay in the feed. He's going to figure out what he's going to write. Then he's going to type slowly what he's right. Just write ANC, EFF, whatever. You're not going to write DA. Don't give me a long story why and whatever about how fucked up the DA. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear about who you're going to vote for. We're waiting. You're holding up the program. Moeddin is fucking laughing. Jafar Wahab. Inshallah, you'll say it quickly before we go, before time runs out. I'm waiting. Jafar, you take it long to fucking type. Or you got scared. I'll count to 50. Jafar Wahab says, well, a lot of people might share the same view. And a lot of people are saying on my platform, they will never vote for the DA. That wasn't my question. My question is, who will you vote for? We're going to wait long. Jafar fucked off. Tawfiq said to put him on a platform. He's yellow. Yup, gone. So if you can have a fucking, if you're gonna say something, fucking talk. Brenda Leroux says, no perfection anywhere, but the ANC has cooked their goose. Doesn't see the facts. I'm voting DA. I'm excited about this, about some of their projections and that. Yep. Well, I personally think there's a lot of promise in the DA. They've got their problems. They're not fucking perfect, but you can't compare them to the fucking ANC. Glenn says M for C. Don't say ANC. Jafar, listen. Jafar fucked off. Jafar, come on, you're waiting. No, Jafar fucked off. Actually, my meeting friendly. Jafar ran away. Mustn't come and act like don't come put something there and you can't stand by it. You can say anything you want. I don't mind. Right. So Mercedes staff, by the way, 189 staff they lost today. And there's been some changes to the regulations, by the way, launched, especially the tourism. A lot of pressure on the tourism minister, and they've come out and got some new regulations. By the way, the lockdown has been extended, or the curfew has been extended to 10 o'clock, 2200 hours or 10 o'clock, whichever one you prefer. 10 o'clock to allow restaurants to stay open and for staff to go home and whatever, which they should have fucking thought about in the first fucking place. You can the room. By the way, still no alcohol allowed in the restaurant. Why that is, who fucking knows, right? And you can't go out on leisure trips, by the way, in a province only, which means you can't go out visiting sites, whether it's zoos, parks, whatever, holidays. You can stay in your room as long as only two people or four if it's a family of children. Well, mother, father, and children. That's what's all in the new regulations, which should help the tourism industry somewhat. How's it? Mother says, Hero Nursing. How are you? Hero Nursing. And yeah, those are some of the regulations that have been relaxed to allow the tourism industry to breathe a bit more. There's no compromise there exactly. Jafar disappeared on the magic carpet. Inshallah. I don't know why. If he's watching, I'm sorry to fucking put you on the spot. If you have anything, you must stand by your conviction. You can't say something. Mark XTN, who can't it? Mark XTN last night got 1 point, minus 1 point. He had the point, and 10 points later he minus the point, lost the point. COVID-19 has told me arrive after 10 p.m. No, you can't compare the DA to the ANC because the ANC has used every angle on the majority. Surely we see this by now. Well, we hope that surely the majority of the public see it, and we hope the DA starts to get their fucking act in order, at least to come out as a party to fucking rule and to fucking and to do something good for this country. Yeah, well, there we go. Right. Now, while we are on politics and all of that, I want to touch on this. It's going to be a very hectic topic, so we can go out as a family but can't stay. No, you can go out as a family and stay 4 in a room, two adults and 2 kids. Probably book another room. You can't stay 8 in the room. 4 in the room is a lot, so that's fine. You can be 2 adults and 2 kids. If you book normally, you won't book your whole family one fucking room. Clayton, let's be honest, must have balls to speak out, right? So we're going to talk about racism and Black Lives Matter. So let's concentrate our comments just on that. If you're not going to comment, you can listen, but we'd like you to get your comments in on this and join in the conversation. The conversation is around Black Lives Matter, the movement Black Lives Matter. Pranav says, don't tell me you can drinking water. Sorry, I joined late. Right, can we stick to the comments regarding the topic coming up? I'm giving you all a minute to understand and my feed to come through. Right, for those of you who are on, only new guys will come on and keep greeting. We'll say it's fine. Jafar Wahab is gone, but I'm here, bro, says Vishal. Right, so can we stick to this conversation here? We are talking Black Lives Matter. What is your view on Black Lives? Do you agree with the Black Lives Matter movement? I'm talking a bit in circles. Charo Lives Matter, says Tawfiq. Right. Sometimes, Tawfiq, when we talk important things, let's talk. I don't want the silly comments, and I'm going to be honest with you. If we're talking important matters, stay away from making a stupid comment. There are times to make funny comments. There are times to make stupid comments, and there are times to have a discussion. I need you to be intelligent enough, big enough to be able to figure that out. So right now is a very important conversation we're trying to have. Brenda Lalu says, love your analogs. Analogs or monologues. You mean my monologues when I talk. Black Lives Matter. There's been various black only when whites are involved. All lives matter, says Mervyn Naidu. Correct. So even in the United States, I got a video yesterday about how the Black Lives movement supposedly be. By the way, all media, you don't know which one is right, which one is wrong. But what I did see a lot, the Black Lives movement, a lot of destruction, and killing, by the way. People have been killed. Police officers, businessmen have been killed. I can't understand how that movement must be that way, but you are taking people's lives, burning property, looting. How is that even right? Yet they said there were a peaceful protesting, and today I saw a video of people trying to attack the police, and the police retaliated in Miami, and they fucked it up, they fucked the others up, but then they're filming him like he's fucking the guy up. But if you watch the video, the guy was antagonizing the police officer, and he went to hit the police officer, and the police officers reacted. They fucked him up solid, Miami police. I saw that. The lady who's filming the video is saying, what y'all fucking doing? Get off him, fuck him. They're swearing the police. But the police were set upon by these peaceful protesters. I've remained fairly silent on this Black Lives Matter. I haven't said much about it because I wasn't sure where to fall. The principle of it, I sort of agree with. In the way they're doing it, no. By the way, did you see a lot of black people coming out and speaking out against Black Lives Matter movement? I even saw a pastor, I can't get his name, a guy with the M, I'll try to get his video. He told black people, what are you on about? What are you talking about? He said the jails are full. Now these are black people talking now. We have white people fucking licking black people's legs and wiping their shoes and saying we're sorry for what we did in the past, whatever. Then you get black people coming out and saying, what bullshit is this? What bullshit is this? He said, black people are in jail, you're in prison, you don't look after your woman, you're thieves, you're like, what do you feel about that? You can comment now. We are classed as blacks. What do you feel about that? I don't know whether I'm supposed to talk constantly. So I'm also going to read to you this here. This was from an extract from a black guy from a Facebook page. Black guy did this one here. I'm going to try and read you this here. He asked white people, like white people are saying sorry for, now I'm not taking any part here, don't get me wrong, I'm not having an angle. I'm giving you all angles. To be honest, I'm still on the fence here. Yes, law is a law. Two sides to it. So I'm going to give you, so this is a black guy, the Facebook post from a black guy, by the way. And he talks about two things. Well, a couple of things, but the two things, one is slavery and the other is colonialism. On slavery, if you want to listen to this, he says, he asked white people, what are you sorry for actually? What are you apologizing for? What are you sorry for actually? This is from a black guy, by the way. He says on slavery, every race took part in slavery. He says, for example, black kings and chiefs sold blacks to the Arabs. Black kings and chiefs sold blacks to the Arabs. He said, and then the Arabs sold the blacks to the white slave masters in America and Europe. He says, that is why we have black Americans in the United States of America. By the way, that one hit me quite hard, which I didn't really think about it. He says, and his last statement there is, that is why we have black Americans in the United States of America. The black man came to America as a slave. Right, and BLM just found to announce the New World Agenda, where all of a sudden it's such a big thing, just especially when COVID-19 happened. Well, probably right, Faiz Bayat, we don't know, but I'm going to focus on this here as to why whites should apologize And let's focus on that as well. I mean, America has black people because they were sold by their own black brothers. How big is that? Black people sold black people as slaves. The Americans didn't come here and capture them. They were taken to America. You know the song? Stole him from Africa, brought to America. I don't think I was stole from Africa, bro. I think they were sold as slaves. They came here as slaves. How did they come here? I don't know. Maybe there's another part to that I don't know. But he says they were sold by black people to the Americans to go to America. Another point he makes here is black kings and queens were selling their own brothers to the Arabs, who then sold them to the white slave master. And this opens up a whole another discussion on that kind of topic that is not as easy as you see. Even the taking of the knee and all of that, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm uncomfortable with it in a way, because it doesn't sit well. And it's not easy. By the way, if you come out and say you're not for the knee, then fucking everybody's on you like you're a racist. If you're not for the knee, then you're a racist. Wish today's young ones need to learn history. Yep, today, of course, we need to learn history. So, if you say you're not for the knee, then you are not, you're a racist. I don't know about the knee. I don't know whether I'll take a knee, to be honest. Can I say that? Can I say it? I don't know whether I'll take a knee. Not for what it is now, for what, I don't know. It's not easy. It's complicated. And not as easy as people say it is. Position yourself, KC. I've got no position on it. I'm in the middle. Then he speaks on colonialism. He says every race was colonized. For example, when our black tribes arrived on the southern point of Africa from East Africa, they were conquered by the Khoisan tribe. Let me find my fucking mouse disappeared here. He says, for every race was colonized. For example, when our black tribes arrived on the southern part of Africa from East Africa and Central Africa, they conquered the Khoisan tribe and forced them to be part of the black tribes. The Zulu king Shaka also used to attack other black tribes, capture the kings, force them to fall under the Zulu nation, and force them to speak the Zulu language. So, he's talking about colonization here. Colonization. Now, colonization is how the dromedaries came here, and Jan van Riebeeck. So Jan van Riebeeck is blamed. Jan van Riebeeck is a bastard. He's a cunt. He came here and he colonized the country. Of course, it's a sensitive issue, Devin Patte. I don't fucking fight to talk about sensitive issues. If you want to pull your panties up, fuck off. I'm not talking about you, Devin. Anybody. Tasha says this topic is too wide to give one comment. So much history from before our time to now. Yeah. I don't expect you to comment. It's more like me being a monologue. I'm trying to tell you what I've read, where it is. I don't expect you. There's no real comment you can give for each thing I'm saying. You can comment if you feel you can comment. So he's talking about colonization, of colonialism, as whites are blamed for colonialism. And he says every race was colonized. For example, and this is history, by the way. This is not even made up. When our black tribes arrived on the southern part of Africa, by the way, that's even the issue with the land issue. Like black people saying this is our land, when in fact they came from North Africa. When I say north of South Africa, they came from East Africa, Central Africa. They came to South Africa. We well know the Khoisan are the only real people, but it's not a topic that's being discussed on all platforms. The Khoisan being the only true indigenous people of South Africa. If this land belongs to anybody, it belongs to the Khoisan. Americans are liberal by nature. They way enough in terms of diversity. Look at the Proteus health mix of all cultures. Says fires by us, right? I'm talking about colonialism now. And he says when the black brothers came here, they conquered the Khoisan. BLM is the fault of Jan. He said they conquered the Khoisan and forced them to be part of the black tribes. They conquered the Khoisan. You are mothered with your responses to certain issues. Kogila must talk sensitive topics so we find a solution. Exactly. Then he talks about the Zulu king Shaka also used to attack other black tribes, capture the kings, force them to fall under the Zulu nation and speak the Zulu language. He asks, what is the difference between the apartheid government forcing blacks to speak Afrikaans and the Zulus forcing other people? Listen, That's fucking, it's mind blowing. I took the screenshot of this. I read it. I want to read a bit more about it. And but these are the first two things. There's other deeper things. These are the first two things I talk about. So regarding slavery existed all over the world. Suddenly it's a big thing only for some parts. I think even when it comes to black people, we want to see only certain parts, not accept the other parts. I mean, why aren't people talking? So when we talk about things like this, then we are racist. Am I a racist to talk about it? Supposed to be peaceful demonstrators against the police, but the fact is there is violence. In fact, there's a lot of violence with the Black Lives Movement in America. BLM is a phenomenon born in US as a result of corrupt, weak, racist president. There is no doubt that there are frustrated people. But is Donald Trump a racist president? I beg to differ there with what I heard. The BLM movement did not exist before the full Donald and his deputy Mike. I don't know about that. I don't know about that point there, dude, about Donald Trump being a racist. When in fact, who's saying this? Mark Eckstein. Mark Eckstein is called. Let's talk about that, guys, in America, because this is something I spoke about a couple of weeks ago when the Black Lives Move came up. Black people are saying, in the time of Donald Trump, the status of the black man in terms of employment and all of that is better than what it was. More black people are employed now than in the time of Barack Obama, the first black president. He is saying, Mike, that Donald Trump is a racist. That is why I was wondering how the Black Lives Movement started to snowball, when in fact, Donald Trump did nothing racist, said nothing racist, has never attacked the black people, has never said anything about it, as far as I know. Maybe you know different. What about the Indian laborers came to South Africa, says Kogi Lambal. Yeah, but let's stay away from that. Losni says, agree about the land, about the Khoisan. Of course, well, you can't not agree. That's fact. That's not even debatable. It's fact. Land doesn't belong to the EFF. Malema only talks about talking land back. Yeah. So that's the big story about taking the land in South Africa. I was talking Donald Trump. We're talking about land in South Africa. You can comment on each one if you want, different one. But nobody, and I'm even surprised about that, in South Africa, nobody's bringing the Khoisan plight to the front. Every African in this country doesn't belong here. They're not here. They came here. They're almost like us. As Indians were brought here to a foreign land. This is not their land. But nobody seems to want to talk about it. Why is that? There is more apartheid amongst black tribes in Africa than any other continent. Now that's sort of making a good point there. There is more apartheid amongst black tribes in Africa than other. So maybe, and you see, these are the difficult topics that nobody wants to talk about. Because if you say anything against black people, it's perceived to be racist. Everybody walks on eggshells when you want to say something that sort of goes against the grain. But to me, if we don't talk about it, we actually going backwards and not progressing and can't come out. For example, black people, I want to say this to black people in this country, laborers looking for work, Zulu people, indigenous people, so to speak. Is like, if you want to get ahead in life, fucking work a little bit harder. Fucking try to do things a bit more. When I say that, when you're in the bottom, you have to work harder. You have to take 10 steps forward, 5 steps back, 10, but you gotta fucking work. To the black people in South Africa, I say this to my staff, I say to whoever I know. I say, dudes, stop moaning and waiting for something to happen. Fucking make it happen for yourself. Otherwise, you're never going to come out of this. You're never going to free yourself. You're never going to be economical emancipation. You're waiting for the government to give you money, give you a house, give you a job. And at the end of the day, you don't fucking respect it because you got it for fuck all. The bottom line is, I believe if you get everything for nothing, you will never appreciate it and you will never respect it. Give everybody a free house, give everybody something, they will never fucking respect it. As far as I know, that's my say on it. Yes, Casey, I have a black lady who is a Trump supporter, says blacks much better off than Barack. Yep, that's what I've been hearing. So I beg to differ with Mark Eckstein. They're saying, calling Donald Trump out to be a racist. I've never heard Donald Trump being called a racist. I've never heard the Black Lives Movement speaking out against Donald Trump at all. Donald Trump, of course, my jury is out on Donald Trump. I don't see Donald Trump as a cunt as everybody sees him as. Yeah, he makes his own mistakes in terms of government and what he does. He's not a cunt. BLM started off due to the atrocities committed by police on a black man. However, it went pear-shaped. By the way, Sumesh Mundri, even the thing about the black policeman issue, it's not as big, well, depends where you read, not as much as you say it is. In fact, there are stats that I saw, stats, stats is questionable, who gives the stats. Stats show that last year, more white people were shot than black people. Is it right stats, wrong stats? I don't know. Black lives most matter. Black lives don't matter, of course. Only a percentage are billionaires, the rest will. Well, that's the thing for, as Timoleon Parola says, if it comes to South Africa, if black lives really mattered, the fucking black people in charge, and I'm saying black people in charge, they are in charge. 99% of people are black people who are running the ANC, running the government, running the municipalities. You guys are fucking your own people. You can't go and take a knee when you fucking got your knee on the fucking black man in the township. This is the thing I did. I did a meme on this. Black man in South Africa, SA government. You got your knee. You can't be South African government send a message to America, they would them with a black life. Fuck off. You're killing your own people here, and you're telling me about Black Lives Matter. Vishal Singh says most lazy people. By the way, Vishal Singh, so I'm going to quote you, right? So I didn't say it on my platform. Vishal Singh's most lazy people, my opinion. Now I see if Vishal had to say that on a public platform, he'll get fucking lambasted. But Vishal Singh must be able to say that and justify it. And then it's like how Julius Malema said, you Indian people are racist. And then we started to think, we all got upset. Then our leaders told us, look at yourself, you're a racist, look at your behavior. So even me, I started to look at myself, what can I do? How can I change? How can I be better? How can I treat my mate better? Yes, let me see what's my racism in me. Let me see it. Julius Malema brought it out. He did bring it out. We hated him for it, but he also brought it out. Okay, he overdid it to my extent, but he brought it out in a public domain to talk about it. If Vishal Singh says most black people are lazy, or most lazy people, black people can get upset about it. Yeah, get upset. But then go back and ask Vishal and 10 other Vishals and 100 other Vishals, why do they make that comment? Why do they say that? Vishal is not just being a cunt and saying it because he hates black people. In fact, maybe he's saying it because he loves black people. Because he's saying, guys, this is not how you're going to work. The same thing I said a while back, you put in a shopping center, you go to pick up people to do scab labor. There's a Malawian there, Zimbabwean there, there's a Zulu guy there. Who will you pick up? And almost always the guys will say, why do you think the restaurant staff is full of, which Tito Mboweni said, 80% of the staff who work in restaurants are foreigners and not locals. There's a reason for that. They didn't just choose a foreigner for nothing. There's a reason for that. And if we start to address that reason, maybe we will come to the root. So maybe people will even accuse me of being racist, whatever. You can say what you want. But we're not going to fix the problem if we continue in the same way. Donald Trump is a bigot and divisive. He had a lot to say about Mexican judge because he's Mexican, he's a racist. Mark Eckstein, you can call him a racist, whatever you want. The problem is, nobody's calling him a racist. The first time I'm hearing Donald Trump being called a racist, by the way, in this comment. The Black Lives Movement, Mark Eckstein, hasn't called Donald Trump out. No Trump, nothing I've seen about Donald Trump. They were against the police, Black Lives Matter, nothing about Donald Trump. But I see you on a roll with Donald Trump. That's your thing. You stick to that. I don't think Trump is a racist. It's Trevor. There you go. Somebody else has a different version of Donald Trump. Khoisan camping at union buildings for 1 year now. They are on a silent protest to be acknowledged. Well, Khoisan, unfortunately, the Khoisan, who are that type of people who are not looting and burning, are going to fucking get nowhere. That is why they are being, no one has approached them yet. That is why they are fucking being ignored. I was following the guy Khoisan. Actually, when I changed phones, I lost his thing. The Khoisan leader, or one of the leaders, I was following him on Facebook. I had him on I was WhatsApping him or messaging him, and I know about the union buildings, and I lost track of him. The Khoisan, because they are quiet, another fucking nation to break, burn, and destroy, they are being ignored. I fully agree with this. He is outward and blunt about the comments about. I fully agree with this. He is outward and blunt about his comments about all people of color. You mean you fully agree he's a racist, Sumendra? That's what you're saying. I don't know about that. 100% couldn't have said it better. Casey, DA is our only option. create your own opportunity. Do it for yourself. Change the mindset. Donald Trump does not mince his words. Donald Trump says things as it is. Unfortunately, if you say it like that and don't read like fucking Ramaphosa, then you're going to say wrong things as well. I don't come across as a pro-Trump, but I'm not anti-Trump in a lot of things. I'll be honest with you. I expected Hillary Clinton to beat him. I never expected Donald Trump to be the president of it. Never in my wildest dreams. I remember the morning I heard the result, I was fucking shocked. I couldn't fucking believe Donald Trump I couldn't believe America voted for Donald Trump. Fire says, fact of the matter is our O's don't give a shit about governance, only steal. Yep. Foreigners are hardworking, says Vishal. Yep. So maybe our people, our South African blacks need to learn from Indian people and from foreigners work ethic. Because work ethic will make you a better person, build your community, build your township, build your province, build your country. Work ethic. Not expecting everything for free. Yeah, we're going to try and put the imbalances right, but everything for free is never going to work. The Salt March by Gandhi, I think it was the right way to do things. Great man. Well, Gandhi himself got issues, dude. If we go into the history of Gandhi was not the saint everyone thought he was. Eugene Pakri says, biggest cake whoever came up with scooter ambulance and lost us 10 million. They look forward to Benny Alexander, Khoisan. Is that the one, leader? Vic Pillay says, in your next call to your president, you should ask him the following question. How are you going to deal with the senior officers who Wally Smith, it was the fault of Jan van Riebeck. They must stop stealing land. Well, it's never poor Alfred. Foreigners know the value of money and how to get work for it. Foreigners come with a inbuilt work ethic, shall I say, work ethic. Water, H2O. I'm having. There you go. That's what I want to talk about. Black Lives Matter, slavery. I just found these comments to be so intriguing. I'll read it for you again. It's profound. Asking white people, what are you sorry for actually? Written by a black person, by the way. He says, black kings and chiefs sold blacks to the Arabs, then the Arabs sold them to the blacks to the whites, whatever I'm reading there. But he says, that is why we have black Americans in the United States. He says, black Americans were sold, while black people were sold from Africa to America. As for colonialism, he says, every race was colonized. Speaks about black tribes in southern part of Africa who came and conquered the Khoisan. The Khoisan were the original. And I think we need to start putting that inbuilt drive to it. I think we need to start putting that down and keep singing the song. That it's not the black man's land, as in those who came from Central Africa, North Africa. This land belongs to the Khoisan. This is their land. They are the original indigenous people of this land. The only ones before Jan van Riebeck. And the time, by the timelines, shows a lot of other things. Who came here first? Khoisan. But strangely enough, none of the media are pushing the agenda of the Khoisan because it doesn't suit the narrative of the country. If the Khoisan, the land belongs to the Khoisan, it changes the dynamics, changes the narrative, changes the story. And I don't think the ANC or anybody in terms of the black majority want to deal with that issue. Why is everybody dissing or not acknowledging the Khoisan? As someone said here, I know they went to the union buildings to camp out. I didn't think they were still there. But it's not in any news story. Nice topic today. We must think out the box. Of course, we must think out the box. Think about the box. Think outside the box. Never be in the box. Right. I hope that's got some traction with you. Got you thinking there on that level. We got about 10 minutes left to go. Thanks for sticking to the topic. And two more things to do. My Casey Cares and also my show, Don't Dala with the Masala. That's going quite well. People are buying tickets. Roger Naidu from the UK has bought his tickets. He's buying 2 tickets because he's earning in fucking UK pounds there. So he's buying 2 mother tickets. One he's going to sponsor, so I might give that ticket away to somebody. There, so Dondala of the Masala happening on the 28th of August. Family show, my one-man show, family show. Tickets are 100 Rand, and then there's a 200 Rand ticket as well for Mother fans. You might get a free ticket for the next show, which I definitely think will happen. That's why I put that ticket in there. Faiz says, unfortunately, the Khoisan are very small in population, hence they ignore them. Yep, that's the thing. But that's the thing. If you have a democracy and you have people, and that's their right. That's their right. In fact, they want their own settlement area or something like that. That's something I need to check about. Any idea what's the population? Well, it's very small, as we know. India is the only country in the world where if there is any catastrophe, we Indians pick up and move. We don't wait for handouts. Similarly, we Indians in SA. Indians generally have a great work ethic as well. EFF will not like that because it will not suit their motto. Yep, that's right. Nobody wants to talk about the Khoisan. Maybe we should just keep talking about the Khoisan, keep it in the public eye, phone the radio stations, speak the narrative going, and say, this is not your fucking land. Some people are saying it, but it's like almost farting in the wind. I listen to the big radio stations here, and it doesn't come out as a big topic. World Smith's got a free show on the 28th of August. Have a quiz, and winner must get the ticket. Yup, I'm sure we can do a quiz. Winner will get the ticket, and we'll take it from there. So Kama Sutra, Don't Dala with the Masala remixed. Some old material, some new material, all put in there. Still to be recorded. I'm sure we'll do better than Kama Sutra, hopefully. Family show, so no fucking swearing on that show. To end with my Karo Cares campaign, by the way, KC Cares. I started this project yesterday, just spoke about it, did some more work on it today. There's a family in Verulam, Redcliffe, Verulam, family of 13 living in a shack. Well, it's a house, tin house come shack. I've got pictures of it sent to me today and some videos. Really sad situation. They have no fridge, they have no toilet facilities, stoves, they cook on open fires, all of that. So I've now going to support that project KC Cares. How, I don't know. Already Kritika has contributed some money, Vaneshli has contributed some money, others have saying they want to contribute. So that's going to be my project for the next couple of weeks. I'm going to try and get enough funds together to get building material for them to, when I say building, not a house, battens, beams, sheets, that sort of thing, to make the structure a little better, maybe get the floor cemented so they don't walk on sand, that sort of thing. Yeah, so we're going to try for that. That's a family in Redcliffe. If you want to contribute to that, Kritika already got the number up. 073-767-5836. 073-767-5836. That's my Karo Cares campaign. If you want to assist with that family there, family of 13, I will get more information on them. Looting, burning, killing, that's South Africa now. It says Julia Naika Chetty. Yep, we've been through that already. And we're going to end a little early today. Moideen Hussein says, love you too. Yep, so yeah, I thought we'll end with a big discussion on that, but we closed the discussion early enough. And we are all said and done. What did we discuss? We discussed our Zim, somebody in Zim, minister died in Zim there. Mercedes staff in Gateway, retrenched 189 staff. Mercedes-Benz dealership retrenched 189 staff there. And relaxing of some new laws by the tourism minister. Curfew now, 10 o'clock. You can be out till 10 o'clock. Restaurants can trade till 10 o'clock. No alcohol still to be served. You can go on a leisure trip around your province only, not across the border of the province. And although I'm telling you, can fucking go, nobody's fucking patrolling the fucking borders there. Entry is fucking open, people are fucking driving up and down, that we fucking know. You can book hotel rooms and whatever, and accommodation, maximum 4, 2 adults, 2 kids in a room. Mervyn says similar to the project unit 11. Yep, so if you want to be part of that KC Cares project, let me know. 073-767-5836. Right, 5 minutes before time because I was 1 minute early today. Came on 1 minute earlier, go 4 minutes early. But I did a lot of talking, so I feel tired today. Good night, Casey. Have a blessed day. Tomorrow's blessed as always. Ashwin Singh, good evening. Right, good night, people. That's what we do every Wednesday, every night. It's Friday tomorrow, will be Puja Friday, and we'll have a couple of shots. Who knows? And then it's a birthday weekend for my bacha, my son Tyler. It's his birthday weekend. Here is my gorgeous boy. Look at him there. Don't we look similar? That's him there. And how's this picture here of him? Kritika wanted a picture there. And the Diwali time is operating with his somewhere at someone's house. And 15 years old. So I don't know about the sundowner, whether I'll do sundown. Let's see. We're going out, taking a drive. We're going cross-border on, don't tell Becky Kelly now. I'm going cross-border, Hard to Be a Sport Dam on Sunday. Taking him out for that. Saturday, it's a birthday weekend for him. And we'll see how we go there. Right. Thank you for joining me. And have a great evening, Casey. Lucky Tyler got his mom's looks. Yeah. Good night, Vishal. Good night, Dan J. See you, Sankar. Kogilam says awesome show as always. Kritika says too cute. Anina, good night. All right. Good night, everybody. Say good night. Say good night. Say good night. Be good. Say good night to everyone. Don't be that way. Don't be impolite. Or unpolite. Don't be impolite. I haven't heard that word. I haven't used that word in a long time. Impolite. Opposite of polite is impolite. Prayer day tomorrow, Casey. Oh, yes. Oh, tomorrow, Lakshmi Day. Lakshmi prayer tomorrow. You can drink after 10 o'clock. After 8 o'clock, you can drink. I checked with the Guru. Tomorrow, Lakshmi Day. Thing from last year. By the way, I'm going to be in Lens tomorrow, Lenasia. I'm going to do a talk on Lakshmi prayer with somebody in Lenasia, a priestess. Show us what you're dropping tomorrow so we can drink together the same thing. Bites is going to be kadle and sweet rice tomorrow. Have a lovely night, guys. Right, so time to go. Lenasia tomorrow. That's a plan. Let me take it to Lenasia. I'm gonna have a live feed tomorrow, guys. Round about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Call it 1 o'clock. I'll leave you at 12. Live feed from Lenasia. We're talking Lakshmi Puja, talking about Lakshmi prayer, educating us on Lakshmi prayer, what Lakshmi prayer is all about, why people can get interested in the culture. And so that's around about, it's planned for 1 o'clock. I will spend the rest of the afternoon there. I'm going to Signet Flowers as well, Ram's Flowers there. Also maybe Bedford Bunny. That's the plan for tomorrow. So catch me 1 o'clock live in Lenasia. Until then, remember always keep it. Madhav, the name is KC. Stay, I'm out.